Hey guys, it's Brooke. You guys were asking me some questions about explaining non-binary genders and pronouns, and I'm going to do my very best to explain those for you. I haven't gotten too many specific questions, so I'm just going to give you all a general explanation, the best that I can give anyway, and hope that that's what you're looking for. And if you have any other questions afterward, then feel free to send me those. So basically, the word binary refers to like, for example, in computers, binary code is sequences of zeros and ones. In gender, binary refers to society's boxes, man and woman, and things fitting into those boxes. So, for example, girls like pink, boys like blue, so on and so forth, which I'm not saying that that's necessarily true. I'm just explaining that that's how society sees things and places things. So non-binary would refer to things that are people who do not fit into those boxes. And some people see it that even if they identify as a man or a woman, they don't see themselves as binary because they don't fit into the boxes. But the majority of people I've encountered anyway, not all, but a lot of them who identify as non-binary are people who see themselves as neither men nor women. Whether that means that they are agender, seeing themselves as not having a gender, or they could be bigender, which, they see themselves as both genders. And the reason I put the air quotes is because there are more than two genders, but society says that there are two, hence the binary. Anyway, so there are some people who see themselves as pangender, meaning that they just kind of feel like all of the genders. There are some people who are gender fluid, they change from day to day. Or it doesn't have to be day to day, it could be they change whenever they are feeling a different gender than they were previously feeling. I mean, some people could feel one gender for days at a time. I don't know, I've never been gender fluid to explain to you exactly all of the inner workings, but my understanding is that gender fluid people change, and I don't think that there's a set period of time for when their gender can change. I think I've heard some people even say that 1 hour they'll feel one way and the next hour they'll feel a different way. And then there's some people who just don't really have a word for what they are. They just know that they're not a man or a woman or whatever. And yeah, then there are some people who put themselves in the non-binary category purely because they like to screw around with gender roles as well. And so it's just sort of wherever you see, if you see yourself fitting into the non-binary category, then nobody can tell you you are or are not, except for yourself. And yeah, so gender is what you make it and how you define it. And that concludes the gender portion. Pronouns. There are a lot of gender-neutral pronouns. The best compilation I have found is actually on Wikipedia. I'm going to post a link to it in the description below the video. I don't really know how to make it pop up in the video. I'm not high-tech enough for that yet. So I'm just going to post the link. But there are a lot of different pronouns people can use. I mean, he and her, he and him, and she and her are binary pronouns. And then for non-binary pronouns, there are they and them, ze and here, z and zir. There's A and M, there's E and M. There are a lot of them. But the most important thing to know about pronouns is that you need to ask what people's preferred pronouns are. And if you're not sure how to use it, then ask them too. Because yeah, I'm gonna be providing a list that'll tell you, like a list of like 20 some odd gender neutral pronouns or something like that, and how to use them. But you might not always remember, or they could use pronouns that might not be on that list. I've never heard of any pronouns that are not on that list that I can recall. Actually, there might have been one time that I have. But the point is, you ask what their preferred pronouns are, and if you're not sure how to use them, then they say, hey, would you mind explaining to me, because I don't want to just screw it up. I want to use your pronouns correctly. Now I've rambled on for about 6 minutes, being really awkward. So I guess I'm gonna say goodbye, and if you have any other questions, feel free to message me. Take care, guys.